Hello, I'm Lori Pine, the Joy CEO, and I am so happy to bring to you today's Thanksgiving episode. We are all gathering here in the US as family is traveling, the busiest travel holiday of the year. And if you're feeling a little uneasy, like it's hard to find your footing because this year's holiday might be a little bit hard for you, I have some experience with this. And so we are going to dig into that today about just what you can do, what's in your hula hoop when the holidays feel a little different, a little uneasy, and maybe even a little hard. I am walking those shoes with you. I've been here before, and I don't want you to feel like you have to walk through that alone. You know, if the holiday for you is feeling a little bit heavier, maybe there's been some loss, maybe something big for you shifted, maybe this is a season in your life when things just don't look like they used to. Today, we're going to talk about how to find your footing when you're not quite sure where your footing really is, and how to let joy find you anyway, because joy lives within you. And so it's really just a matter of making a choice and choosing to find joy in the midst of what could be some heartache or what could be some really big changes going on. You know, I've talked about how I've lived in 7 states. I moved throughout my corporate life, and there were many times when I found myself unable to fly back home to be with my family for the holidays. And if it wasn't for the generosity of gracious friends, I would have been, eating Thanksgiving from a drive-through somewhere. But it was the hospitality and the graciousness of people who invited me to their table. I remember specifically being in Mississippi and my dear friends, Mark and Sheila Gardner and Sally Kate and Robert Williams, who on various holidays would have me with their whole family. And I couldn't have been more grateful because it gave me an opportunity to experience something different, something that I couldn't have experienced otherwise. And it certainly kept me from being home alone and feeling really sorry for myself. So if you're walking into a holiday season and wondering, oh, what is going to happen for me this holiday season? I just want to meet you right where you're at. The truth is, joy isn't just for the good moments, it's for the moments when we're really unsure, and we need joy to act as the anchor when life feels unfamiliar, tender, or maybe transitional. So today I'm going to break it into 3 parts. I'm going to talk about how to find your footing when the holiday feels hard. I'm going to talk about why our young adults, those in college, those in early career, really need something different from us when we show up and we see them this holiday season. And I'm going to talk to you today about a gratitude practice that can truly ground you, something that is much more than fluff. So let's get into it. Here we go. Okay. The holidays have a way of amplifying whatever it is that you are feeling. It amplifies the season that you are in. And we know that we can be in vibrant, beautiful seasons, but we can also be in really barren seasons. And if life feels good, the joy sure does feel bigger. But if we are in one of those unsteady, unsure of ourselves, not sure what's happening seasons, ugh, it's like, where is the joy? Because all I feel is the ache. And maybe this year you've got some ache. Maybe you've lost a loved one. Maybe you've lost your job. Maybe you're going through a divorce. Maybe the kids aren't coming home for the holidays for the very first time. And that is a big ouchie for you. Maybe you've moved. Maybe you've taken a new job. Maybe you're in a new city, or maybe you're just simply different than you were ago. I mean, God knows the world is changing, the times are changing, things just feel different. So let me tell you what this looked like for me when I was really going through this. My mom died, and my holidays changed entirely. She was the glue that kept our family together. And so I would always travel for the holidays to be with her, be at my home where I grew up, and she would host. And when she died and, she was gone so suddenly, it felt like she was just ripped from our lives. All of my holidays suddenly changed too. And there was no real blueprint for me about what to do next. No, like, okay, she's gone. Your whole, kind of family of origin just crumbled. Here's what you do next. That didn't exist. And so I'm living in New York. I'm pretty far away from where I grew up, and I had no choice. I had to start new traditions. I made a decision that I was going to create a family for my boys here in New York. And that came with making choices that would really ground us here and kind of starting over. And I could start building these new traditions and this new chapter that felt right for all of us. And that's how Cousins Thanksgiving was born. The Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, I host a party. It has become the gathering spot when all the kids come home from college. And it started when my oldest went to college in the middle of COVID, and he came home, and I wanted to get everybody together. All the parents come, all the kids come, and before you know it, there's 30 people at my house. And I have Chipotle cater it. I go, I pick it up. It's easy breezy. I put this big spread out on the island, and everybody gathers. And as they come, I get to hear the laughter and the stories. I get big hugs. Everybody's reunited. And before you know it, my house is just full of kids and girlfriends and boyfriends and school stories and roommate drama and updates and all of it. And I got to be the catalyst for that because I wanted a tradition. And so, as I'm recording this right now, Cousins Thanksgiving is in full motion. Everybody knows about it. Everybody has RSVP'd. And when this episode airs, everybody will be on their way to Aunt Lori's house, and Cousins Thanksgiving will fill all of us up. We all look forward to this one night where we can all gather. We are 5 years running now, and everyone looks forward to it as much as I do. And this year, every single one of the cousins will be in attendance. And that just feels like such a blessing. Here's what else I've learned, that you're allowed to create new traditions. You're allowed to be met where you're at, and that things can change. You're allowed to shift and evolve and begin anew. And things don't have to stay the same that they've always been just because they've always been that way. Your holidays can grow with you. And if this season feels a little tender, I just want you to ask yourself, what tradition would support the person I am today? And try to meet yourself there. It doesn't have to be the person you used to be. It can just be the one you are now. And just a little kind of funny side note, I'm sure I've shared with all of you that I'm very, very close to my ex-husband's family. I have a tremendously close bond to 3 of his sisters. So this year we lost my husband's mother. She passed away in March, and this will be the first Thanksgiving without her. And normally on Thanksgiving Day, my husband and I would go and spend Thanksgiving with my mother-in-law and father-in-law, who are both have been in their 90s. So without my mother-in-law, we weren't sure what to do with my father-in-law. Did he want to do the same thing? Well, it turns out what we are going to do is we are going to bring my father-in-law to my ex-husband's sister's house. And if that just isn't really great karma, I'm not sure what is. And so you can just plant love everywhere you go. And you can bring together two what would seemingly be unfitting families to be a family. And I couldn't be more pleased with that. Okay, part 2, the pressure on young adults and the heavy load that they are carrying and what they really need from us. So let's talk about this. If you have kids or nieces and nephews coming home for Thanksgiving or the Christmas, Hanukkah holidays, this next part is for you. Because Cousins Thanksgiving gathering has taught me so much about the kids, and because of the mentoring work I do a lot of work with Rutgers University, and because of my own experience leaving my corporate job for the sake of my own son, I feel like I'm pretty in touch with what this generation needs. And what they need from us is hope. They are carrying so much pressure to achieve, to perform, to succeed. And with that, it comes with so many sleepless nights, so many worries about their grades, about the internship that they're going to get, about career choices, about social media comparison, who's doing what, who's doing it better. I recently had them tell me at an event that LinkedIn is so daunting for them because it seems like everybody else is doing a better job than they are. And there's this constant ache that they don't feel like they're doing enough. So what happens? They walk in the door, it's Thanksgiving, and what do as adults? We pepper them with questions. How are you? How are your grades? What's happening? Did you get the internship? How's school? Do you have a new girlfriend? Do you have a new boyfriend? And that pressure just mounts upon everything they're already feeling for themselves. All the not good enough ism that is already ringing through their own head just gets reverberated with all of the well-meaning questions that we ask at these holiday gatherings. So, what do we need to do instead? We need to give them hope. We need to ask questions like, is there anything bringing you joy? What's the funniest thing that happened this semester? If you could pick 3 things from this semester and put them on the top things of your life, what would they be? And let them tell you. And then you could ask them, is there anything I can do to support you in your job search, in your internship search? And you can remind them that you probably have a pretty great LinkedIn source of your own, a network, some opportunities that you might be able to help open the door with. Or if you can't open the door, you might know somebody who could. And by offering up your help, they are going to feel like the pressure cooker is being released and some of that steam is being let go and hope is coming in. My very first job that I ever got was because my mom's best friend made a call for me. And so you could be the person who makes a call for one of these kids that you obviously love that's in your family. And you could be the connector that gives them their first break that they are so worried they are never going to get a break. Okay. Invite them to exhale a little bit. Remind them it's all going to work out. They might not know exactly how it's going to work out, but that it is going to work out. And that you have every confidence in them that they are going to grow up, graduate, and be really successful. And that you couldn't be more proud of them for how far they've come today. That's what they need to hear. Hope is a gift, and we all have the power to offer it. Let's give it. Okay, part 3, gratitude. We all need a gratitude practice that actually grounds us. It can feel so cliche, especially this time of year when every Instagram influencer is telling you about gratitude and they're talking about it. And they're probably trying to sell you some sort of a course that you can take for, $29.95. I have experience with gratitude. It started about 8 years ago where I just started a simple gratitude practice where I write down every morning 5 things that I'm grateful for. 5 things. That's it. For the past 8 years, I've done this every single morning. It doesn't take me very long, maybe 5 minutes. And here's the part that really is the most honest I can be with you. There are some mornings when I look at this blank page and I'm tired or annoyed or like, I don't have time for this. And I think, I've got nothing. I'm not even grateful for anything. And what do? I just start with the basics. I'm thankful for a healthy body. I'm thankful for legs that move. I'm thankful for eyes that can see. I'm thankful for a hot cup of tea that's in my hand. I'm thankful for clean water. I'm thankful for a safe home that's warm. I'm thankful for this new day. And all of a sudden, I really am so grateful because if I was suddenly blind or suddenly unable to walk, what I wouldn't give to get that back, what I wouldn't pay, what doctor I wouldn't try to get into or call or fly to see. So gratitude doesn't just change what you write on a page, it changes the chemistry of you and then the trajectory of your day because of your perspective. Like it pulls that focus towards you and makes it so much stronger. And it then has a shift in your nervous system. There is science around this, and then it will soften your edges. So they don't need to be these big, profound gratitudes. They can be the simplest of gratitudes, but they need to be true. And the more you feel them, the more you will actually manifest them within your whole entire system. So let the gratitude be your anchor and wait until you see what that does for your joy. Okay, as we wrap this up, the holidays can hold both joy and grief at the same time. One container can hold 2 very different and extreme ends of an emotional spectrum. It can hold hope and heaviness. It can hold the person you used to be, and it can hold the person that you're becoming. So if this season feels tender in any sort of way, I so see you. I have walked these steps with you. In fact, I'm walking these steps with you this Thanksgiving as we celebrate this Thanksgiving without my mother-in-law. but we do it with cousins Thanksgiving, and we bring my father-in-law to my ex-husband's family to celebrate all together. Find the traditions that really fit into your life now. Offer the hope to these young people who so desperately need it. They do not need any more pressure. They have enough of their own. There's so many statistics about the amount of anxiety and the amount of depression that they're feeling. More than half of them have sought out emotional or mental health services in the past year. So let's be the hope. Let's be the support that they need. Let's cheer them on and ground yourself in some gratitude. You probably need a little cheering on as well. So, real gratitude, the real kind that can physically change you and the kind that will bring you back to yourself. I'm so grateful you're here. I'm so grateful for this podcast, that you tune in and that you listen. We've hit the top 5% globally, thanks to you. Thanks to your attention. Thanks to the fact that you share this with your bestie. Thanks for the reviews. Thanks for the 5-star ratings. Please keep hitting that 5-star button after each episode. Please keep sharing it with your friends, your colleagues, anybody that you think can benefit from listening to this episode. Please share it with them. And from my heart to yours, I wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving, no matter what season you're in, no matter what path you're walking. I am so thrilled to be doing it with you. Much love. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. See you soon.